I've seen so many coaching businesses fail because of the exactly same mistake. It's not because the owner or the coach is not doing enough work, or you don't have enough skills, or you're not a good enough coach or a business owner, but because you're not doing the work that you're supposed to do at the exact time that you're supposed to be doing. Therefore, in this video, I'm going to walk you through 4 big topics to understand the most important element that makes growth possible. And then the 3 most critical phases of growth. This is where most coaches stumble upon. They don't understand the phases of growth and they just go out there and do work over work from the moment you wake up until the moment you go to sleep. The third point of today's video is the action process that runs through every phase, to understand what is it that you're actually supposed to be doing at the exact phase where you're at, and not extra work just to put stuff in your calendar. And then stick to the end of the video, because you need to understand the most important element that kills your growth. If you don't understand this element that kills your growth, you can be doing everything else in order to do it right. But if you avoid, or if you're not aware of this element, everything else falls apart. So, before we dive deep into this video, please allow me to introduce myself, just so you know who you are listening to today and why am I sharing all this information. My name is Alexandra Alexa. I am a business performance and mindset coach, and I'm not calling myself business performance and mindset coach just because I grew my coaching business and I discovered a method and I'm sharing with you, but it's because I actually graduated business management and psychology, and then I went to grow my sports mindset coaching business. And now I'm taking everything that I've learned from entrepreneurship, psychology, which is everything that I'm sharing with you through these videos. And I'm hopeful that by sharing my knowledge and my experience, I will help you avoid mistakes and grow the business. As a warning part, when you hear entrepreneurship, psychology, please don't be stuck on the fact that psychology equals mindset. It's not just about mindset. It is mindset plus strategy plus more other things in depth, but I'm not going to bother you with that. So without any further ado, let's get into this video. Like I said, the most common problem that I'm seeing out there that affects so many coaching businesses to the point where they fail or they quit is that the coach is doing all the work that is being told to do, to wake up in the morning, post content, speak with people, make sales, create webinars, create lead magnets, put everything out there. And at the end of the day, they're not making enough sales. And they have to share the time between working with a few clients and then just being the business owner that does all this work to attract more clients. So you find yourself being busy all day and still not much progress in your business. And the reason this is happening, it's because, yes, in the beginning, we might not have enough money to invest in our coaching business. So we tend to listen to people online from the YouTube university, the way I like to call it. We just go and watch videos, and these coaches, indeed, they do share tactics. But this tactic works at a certain point in time. It might not work at the stage where you are at now with your business. It's not because all these coaches out there, they just share stuff they invented or it's not working. It doesn't apply to the stage of a business where you are at now. And this is what you have to understand. You have to understand that in order to grow a business, there are 3 phases of business growth. You want it or not, you have to go through it. It's like we have a plant, we put the seed in the soil. This is your idea, you plant it in the soil, and then you expect to skip the growth phases of the plant and just have the end result. It's not working like that. Yes, we can speed up the growth of the plant, like the farmers, they take the seed and they put it in, with growth fertilizers and all the other processes to speed up the growth. And then you have the end result, which you have a bad looking flower, it doesn't smell good, and it dies in 2 days. You can do that as well, but if you want to have a beautiful business, you have to follow the 3 phases consistently. And to do so, you have to take strategic action. I will say this again. In order to follow through the 3 phases of growth, you have to take strategic action. What does this imply? Implies doing the right action that matches the phase where you are at now with your business. Otherwise, if you are at phase 1 and you're trying to do the work, the actions that match phase 3, it's not going to work. You just find yourself being busy all day, doing all stuff that you're seeing online, and it might not work. You get frustrated because it's not working. You start doubting yourself that you're not a good business owner. Is my business good enough? Is my idea good enough? Is it going to work? I'm not getting money in, therefore I'm just going to quit, go and get a job and live on a salary. So that being said, I've mentioned 2 important things in here: strategic action, doing the right things at the right time, and the 3 phases of business growth. Now to understand what strategic action is and why you have to follow it, I'm going to walk you through the 3 most important phases of growth. So as you know, the way it goes, you have an idea, you start doing the things, to build the product, then ideally you get clients, and then you end up to a point where you can scale your business to whatever income you wish to scale it to. In reality, things work a little bit different. The first phase of business growth is called the foundation. Why? At this place, you have an idea, and you have to build the foundation for the business. At this stage, you don't have a business. Being that you went online and you register the business, you have a logo, you have a name of the business, and you have an idea, you still don't have a business yet. So you have to build the foundation upon where you're going to grow your business. So what happens at this phase? First, you have to identify opportunity. An entrepreneur is a person who is able to identify a gap in the market, identify a problem, and then identify an opportunity where they can build it through. This is the first thing that you are doing with your business. Yes, you might be a health coach. You help people, say, with nutrition, but the way you do it specifically, it is different than all other coaches out there. Therefore, you have to identify an opportunity in the market. Then you have to brainstorm. This is where the biggest mistake happens in building a coaching business. And I'm guilty because I've been through this as well. We have an idea. We say, okay, I want to be a health coach that's, helps vegetarians, for example, to live healthier life. And then I'm going out there and I start advertising that I'm a nutrition helping vegetarians, and I expect people to come and join and pay me to work with them. This is not how it works. You're skipping phases, skipping steps, and I want to make it clear through this, what is exactly that you have to do at this step. So identify the opportunity, and then the next logical step is to brainstorm. See if your idea is valid and if it's going to work out there. Go and speak with other people from your specific niche. Go and speak with other people who are way further ahead from you. Join groups of people, entrepreneurs, nutrition coaches, vegetarians. Speak with the public. See who is your ideal client and ask them, would you like such type of service? Go and brainstorm your idea first and see if it's going to work. Then start building on your idea. Then you start building the product, the service. Okay? This takes a little bit of work and you have to plan carefully. Then once you have the product, again, this is where we lose motivation and interest, because now we have the product and we start talking about it, advertising, and we expect people to come and buy from it. And when this is not happening, we lose motivation. We think that, I'm not good enough. My idea is not going to work. Why I don't have money coming in? And we're becoming stressed and anxious. And this is the point where most of the coaches quit. And I see business dying at this point. Once you have the product, you have to take it one step further to test, evaluate, reiterate, and launch. You have to test if your product is good enough, then evaluate it after you test it. Okay, what works, what doesn't, what needs to be improved. Reiterate everything, fix everything that's not working, keep everything that is working, and then launch your product. These are the steps of the first phase. Until you're not doing these steps, don't expect to see money coming in. Stop it right there. Go through these phases. The faster you can focus on and take steps on these four steps of the phase, the faster you see money coming in. Now, what skills do you need for this phase? Because again, this is another problem that I'm seeing commonly out there. It's that When you start a business, you start thinking that, oh, I need to learn how to create videos on YouTube. I need to learn how to copywriting. I need to learn about marketing. I need to learn about this, all the big things. No, what you need at this point, creativity, because you need creativity to be able to see opportunities and to build a new product, something that is not out there. Ability to recognize opportunities and patterns, okay? You look at what's not out there, recognize the opportunity, or recognize the patterns. What is everyone doing and where's everyone failing? And then social skills, because you need to speak with people, you need to interact, and at this point you have to start building relationships. What actions you have to take? First, after you identify the opportunities, after you've been through this, the most important actions: build your product. That's what you're doing. To build your product, you have to identify the opportunity, brainstorm, so on and so forth. Use what you have and know. I'm seeing so many coaches out there, business coaches or mentors, advising, plan. You need to plan your week ahead. You need to have a business plan. You need to think of what you want to gain, what you want to make in 6 months. It's not working like that. You don't even know which path you want to go, and you're rushing ahead that I want to be to point B. Use the skills that you have, the knowledge that you have, the experience that you already have, and build on that. Once you have a product that people are interested in and you see people that want to buy, that's the point where you can start planning for your business, to make a business plan. I want to make, in 6 months' time, I want to make this amount of money, or I need to have 2 employees, or to expand to this niche, so on and so forth. At this stage, you don't need much planning. Your plan is I want to develop my product in 2 weeks' time, 3 weeks' time, whatever it takes. Okay, focus on the now. Don't waste time on planning, like I said. And the most important part is to test, evaluate, reiterate your product. This is about the foundation. I hope it makes sense. If not, go back, watch it again, and take notes. Then, the second phase, it's traction. At this point, I just want to make an important point that when it comes about business growth, there is not a clear barrier between the phases. It's not that, okay, I'm at phase 1, I've done all these things, now I'm stepping into phase 2. No, they are interrelated, and your business will forever go through the whole phases. Once you reach the 3rd phase and you kind of exhaust the phase 3, ideally it's for you to go back to phase 1 and do the things again. And everything will make sense once I reach the phase 3. But I want you to understand that there is no clear transition between the phases. Now, traction, it happens when now you have the product and you know that people are interested in. So you have to officially launch your product, get paying clients, lovely, and then to advertise. Okay? The most important skills that you need here. Now, again, a point. When I say most important skills, it's not that this is only what you need. There are other skills, but when it comes about business growth, these are the most important ones, okay? You need resilience. Like I said, this is the point where most coaches quit. This is going to get hard, okay? Now you have a product, but you have to advertise. You have to learn how to advertise. You have to learn different skills at this point. You have to work with your clients, but you have to invest time in growing your business as well. You have to develop your coaching skills. You have to develop your business skills as well. Things are getting hard at this point. And you must have resilience to go through the transition, to stick with the mistakes, failures, and all the hardship that comes with each phase. So you need resilience. You need problem solving. Yes, you took your service, your product, through the testing. You understand that your product is good enough to be sold out there, but the more you work with people, the more you will see problems. And you need the ability to solve your problems, to solve when it comes about marketing, advertising. You'll have different types of clients that will cause you some trouble. You need to have the resilience to stick with it, regardless of how hard it's going to be, and the ability to solve problems, okay? Social skills. Now it's time for you to get engaged in other groups, to speak with others, to create relationships, to network with other people, okay? And of course, the most important one is sales and advertising. You need to let people know that you have a business, that you have a product that they need, and it's open for them to buy. So What actions you need to take? To reiterate, improve your product based on feedback. Like I said, yes, you test it, you know it's good enough to be put out there for sale, but you'll get more and more clients, different type of clients with different problems, different mindset, and then you'll understand more and more what your service needs. Use what you have and know. You're still building on your previous experience, knowledge, and the product that you've built. You're still not heavily leaning on planning heavily on your business. But here is the point. Once you're going through these phases, once you start building on your product, once you start selling, okay, you kind of see a trajectory of a business. So you still build on things that you have, but now is the point where you can start planning a bit more in detail for your business growth. And because this happens, you need to get external resources. So you need to look, okay, who is someone else out there that can help me? You can get a business mentor. You can get someone that helps you with advertising. You can get someone that helps you with daily structuring or accountability or whatever it is. Okay? Then you have to plan and follow through. Like I said, this is the point where you can start planning things and execute, follow the plan. This is about traction. Once your business starts getting super busy, you have money coming in, you have clients getting in, there is no point that you can function on your own at this stage. Now it's time for you to scale. Now, scaling happens at different levels. You can scale like this, wide, you can scale in depth. This is about scaling. It's a long lecture that I can speak upon, but strictly speaking about this phase, for you to keep it short and sweet, what happens here, you identify opportunities again. In the previous phase, traction, you have your service. You have so many clients buying your service, wanting to work with you, but now you have to identify opportunities. What else I can offer to these people? Because when you want to scale, you can't just sell more. You have to You can't get to sell more to get more clients to work with. You have to make those clients value more. So what else you can offer to them so they can pay you more money in return? Because you're just one person and there's only so much time that you can give to them so you can physically work. So identify opportunities. How you can make your clients value more, or how you can automate things so that a business runs without you. Of course, these opportunities are endless, depending on what you're doing, depending on your business. Also, can you bring another coach in? Is there an opportunity for you to grow your team? This is something different, okay? So identifying opportunities again, but at a different level, okay? In the beginning, you're solving a problem when it comes about identifying opportunities. In here, identifying opportunities in your business with the product that you have. Brainstorming, again, if you have one or two people in your team, speak with them. Brainstorm with others from outside of your business, like business mentors, coaches, so on and so forth. Develop your product. Like I said, you have the service that's working, but now you have to add things to your service. And the most important one is networking. You can only grow at this stage. It's not that you can only grow, but the fastest growth happens through networking. When you look out in the real world, the big brands out there, it's easy for them to pair themselves with someone else to sell, like Nike does with Michael Jordan. The Colgate toothpaste, it says it's recommended by dentists. Dentists represent authority. They're pairing themselves with a dentist. You need to network with people, because when someone speaks about a business, when someone says that they use the service, they know you, they know how good you are, it builds different trust in the eyes of your customers. So what are the most important skills in here? Of course, at this point, you've been through so many things, you develop so many business skills, coaching skills, so on and so forth. But the most important ones are, again, creativity. For you to be able to see opportunities out there with what you have to expand. Cognitive flexibility. This is a big one, but to briefly talk about it, when you have so much experience, so much knowledge, we tend to get stuck in that box because we've done it a certain way, because we have this certain knowledge. Our brain functions with what already knows. So we need cognitive flexibility to move away from the things we've done, because that keeps us like just spinning in circle. Okay, this is my knowledge, this is what I've done, this is what I know it works. You have to put everything on the side and go look for something new. Cognitive flexibility is your ability to put on the side the things that you already learned and look at something new out there and use that. Self-efficacy, okay? How good are you at working efficiently? Okay, putting everything in practice efficiently. Emotion regulations. Again, it will be too much. It will be overwhelming. There's so many things you need to do. You need to bring new people in your team. That's another skill. It will be overwhelming. Are they going to do the work that they're going to do? Am I going to bring a new coach and he's going to steal my clients? So many things, overwhelming. And then again, social skills and networking. Huge skill that you need to, at this point, it's about perfecting the skill, not building. So what actions you need to take? Develop your product, expand your product. Like in the beginning, in the first phase, pay attention to wording. In here, you are building the product. And then in the third phase, you are developing the product. And then you seek external resources, another coach, another business partner, whatever, and then plan and execute. This is the point where you actually plan. You don't work just on what you have, you plan ahead. By the end of the year, this is the amount of money we want to make, this is the strategy we're going to use, these are the steps we're going to go through, so on and so forth. These are the 3 phases, but there are 2 more important things that I want to run through. With each phase, if you remember from the overview, okay, so the most important element that makes growth possible is strategic action. Doing the right things at the right time. The most 3 critical phases of growth, like I said, foundation, traction, scaling. And now, the action process that runs through every phase, this never changes. With every phase, you have to do it again and again and again in the same way. So, with every phase, you have to set up goals for the phase. You seek information, what you need to do, how you do things, is there anything new that you need to learn, of course. And then action planning. What are you going to do for that phase to move through the phase? And then, of course, the most important part, doing the thing and monitoring, okay? You plan your action and then you go and do it, but you have to also monitor that to see if things happen as expected, if you need to change. Now, for these 2-3 parts, planning, execution, and monitoring, it's not that you plan, you do things, and you monitor, and you are fixed, but you have to have flexibility. When you monitor things and are not going the right way, what you can change, what you can adapt in this phase. And then feedback. Based on the feedback that you obtain through doing the things, you're able to change, to modify, or, and this is the big thing, to leave it all behind. It's so hard when we start so excited with a business idea, we want to do it, and then it comes a point where we realize that it's not going to work. And we have to leave everything behind and tell everyone that, do you know what, that idea was actually not a good idea, and I just have to leave it behind. So, with every single phase, you have to go through these 5 steps. Set up goals, seek information, plan your action, do the thing, and monitor the results, and then get feedback so you can adjust. And now, the one element that can ruin everything for you is your mindset. The 3 areas that can have a huge impact on your ability to take strategic action. If you're not aware of them, if you can't spot them on time, you have everything planned, you have everything written nicely on paper, but when it comes about doing the thing, you'll not be doing. You'll find yourself being busy doing some other things not related to what you're supposed to follow through in your plan. The first one is at cognitive level. This comes with any cognitive biases that we have, any self-beliefs that we have about ourselves. I'm not a good salesperson. I'm not really good to be on camera. I don't know how to make videos for internet, so on and so forth. Okay, or when it comes about business-specific stuff, or I'm not good at copy, so I'm just gonna put something out there, or I'm not gonna do anything at all. Yeah. Now, the next
area is motivation. The real reason why you want to do this business. With every single client of mine, being that in business or in sport, when we start, this is the very first question that I'm asking. Why are you doing what you're doing? What is motivating you? When it comes about business, yeah, I know, sometimes it's about money, but what is the real driver underneath all? Why you want to do this thing? And motivation feeds self-efficacy, okay? Because sometimes also motivation hits people differently. When you are motivating, if it's hard in the beginning, people are motivating for the right reason and they keep going because they know where they want to go. But also, motivation can can move people away from what they do. They start super motivated, they're hit hard with the reality that building a business is not that simple, making money is not that fast, and then motivation dies quickly because their motivation is external and they're doing the business for the wrong reason. So you have to understand what is it behind it all. And then emotions. Like I said, your ability to manage your emotions through all of this. Building a business is a roller coaster. Okay, phase 1, 2, 3, they're all roller coasters. You have to identify one. When you have problems, to fix your problems, that comes with emotional load. So it's your ability to deal with your emotions. Now, the right action at the right stage only works if your mindset lets you take it. This is the part most coaches skip. This is where I'm guilty of it as well. I did not understand the power of mindset. In the beginning, I was so excited, so motivated to do it. And I was like, I have the right mindset. I want to do this. I don't need to have any training on mindset. That's done. Just give me the business plan, tell me what I have to do, and I'll do it. Wrong. Because you start doing things, but if you have negative self-beliefs, if you don't have enough confidence, if you struggle with the imposter syndrome and so many other things, you can have a super detailed plan in front of you. You will not do it because your subconscious will distract you from doing the work because of your beliefs, negative beliefs that you have about yourself. And that being said, that is all for today. If you want to learn how to move through these phases, what you have to do and how to do the things, I open up a free community for health and wellness coaches where I'm helping you guys understand which phase of the business you are at and to spot the mistakes that you are currently doing, how to fix everything and how you can move smoothly through every phase. If you want to join the community, if you want to be part of us, if you want to grow with us, do not be alone through this journey. I'm leaving the link of the community down below in the description. Just click there. It's free to join. And I'll see you inside because I have so many surprises over there for you guys. That's all for today. I hope I delivered a lot of value for you and it will help you grow your business.